Hi everyone, my name is Hillary and I am a scuba diver in the desert. Now you might be thinking that the desert is a very odd place to dive, but all of my certifications have been done in the lake and all of my dives have been in the desert. Now the reason for that is because I work as a marine biologist at a local public aquarium. This means I get to take care of all sorts of sharks, stingrays, fish, coral, jellyfish, skates, and a bunch of amazing animals that through my work I get to develop relationships with these animals, and it's really so rewarding. Now, I'm not the only one. I work in a team of 4, and between us, we take care of approximately 25 different systems. So, our days start out going to make sure our life support systems are running properly. We do a lot of checks to make sure those pumps are running. We do a lot of maintenance work. Then we're going to come up and check and take care of all of our animals in our quarantine. Now, just because I say quarantine doesn't necessarily mean they're sick, but some of them are just waiting to grow up so that they can go into our main system. Next up in my day is going to be food prep for all of our systems. Some of the animals, actually most of the animals, get prepared foods like this smelt or squid, but sometimes we do prepare live food for our systems. So our coral tank sometimes gets live food, but every single day our jellyfish, these moon jellies, are going to get live prepared foods. Now, jellyfish are one of the systems that I'm in charge of taking care of, and it's been such a rewarding process to see them go from polyps to ephyra, and slowly, right now, they're in this stage, they're slowly growing up to those full-size dinner plate moon jellies that are on display. Now, after we do our feeding and our cleaning out, we do our interactive feeding shows for the public. So every single day, one of our team members is going to be out front of the aquarium with a microphone inviting the guests to ask questions, and we have a diver in the tank. So this is me, you can see here, feeding our southern stingrays, our cow-nosed stingrays, and answering any questions that our guests might have, as well as telling them about the animals that are in our tank. Now, this is what happens on a day-to-day basis, but twice a week, we get to get in teams of 2, we'll get into the tank and we have what are called scrub days. So all of the coral that's in our main display tank is artificial, and we have to get in and scrub the algae off with grout brushes. It's very time consuming, so you will spend the whole day in the tank outside of having your lunch break. But my favorite reason for being in the tank is getting to hang out with the animals. And one of my favorite animals is our spotfin pufferfish. I call him Puffy Bear, and he is, as most puffers are, very curious and interactive. And he's actually the first puffer that I started to train while I was working here. Now, I work on training several of the different animals. Puffers were just the first group. The reason we started training them is because during our interactive feeding shows, they would actually come up and bite the divers. So this little dog-faced puffer that you can see here was a bad aggressor. He would come up and bite the divers' fingers. Sometimes they accidentally got in between the stingrays and the glass, and they would get real upset. So by giving them a specific target to come and feed at, it gives them not only enrichment and makes sure that they get food, but also keeps the divers' hands from being bitten during the show. It's very cool. Several of them have different targets. So all of these small guys, they know to come to this target. Some of them will come up on the dive step and get food. You can see the little dog face. His name is DJ. That big old chunky one is Marshmallow. And we have Sweet Pea, this porcupine puffer. Now, you saw Puffy Bear, that big spot fin puffer, doing his pink dog toy target earlier, but he also knows how to swim through hoops. Another one of the animals that we work with is our sharks. One of the reasons we work with them is when we have to take them out of the tank and get weights on them, just so we know how much food we're feeding them. We want them to be comfortable with us. We don't want them to be scared or, feel threatened. So we will pick them up like this and just kind of hold them in our hands just so that they get comfortable with the feeling of being picked up. And they're all very relaxed about it. They'll actually come up to you and wait to get picked up. I also get to work with our southern stingray. So this is Roomba, our largest female southern stingray. She and all of the other southern rays are working on coming to a target, which is this blue circle. Now, I've got to say that animal training is probably my favorite part of being in the tank. It's so rewarding to watch these animals learn. When I'm not working, I do have aquariums at home, including the one that has this cute little cowfish in it. But most of my free time actually goes towards creating content for my educational blog and my various social media platforms. I want to inspire others to fall in love with these amazing aquatic ecosystems that we have, and hopefully inspire them to want to protect them so that they're going to be around for a long time into the future. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to stop by Waterlogged and say hi. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have fun diving.